Okay, just trying to position the little iPhone over here, hoping that this angle works out. I think we had one more analogy we wanted to discuss. This is right out of chapter 10, The Gate of Unity by the Mittler Rebbe. My book cover kind of, I guess, wore off over the years, but thankfully, due to usage. We're in chapter 10, and I wanted to talk to you about the analogy with the sun. And the analogy is pretty straightforward. Basically, we've got the rays of sunlight that hit us, like when you wake up in the morning and a sunlight hits you in the eye going through your kitchen window, right? And it's maybe red or green or whatever color it may be. And looking at how that particular red ray of sunlight in actuality is not colored at all. It's actually colorless, as we know that the sun is just gas. You know, it's not possessed of colors per se. So it's not actually red, and the fact that we see it as a ray also mostly comes down to what the light passes through en route to us. Certainly it's not limited to that form either. So that little red ray of sunlight really is an expression of a more general white light, which in turn is a particular expression of a God-given ability of the sun to illuminate. So that's the analogy that kind of ties up together how you can have particulars express a more general unity, and how that general, let's say, ability or talent can be completely included in the essence of something to the extent that it doesn't have an existence independent of it. So, for example, how that ray of sunlight is included in the sun, you can't really speak about not a particular ray and not even a general white light. You just talk about the sun. It's just something that, thanks to God, the sun can do. Here it's a little bit different because God kind of compels it to illuminate. It's not like it has a say in the matter, but by us, it's a little bit different. So if we have a mode of self-expression like the capacity for kindness, a person can choose to go to sleep. They don't really have to. They don't really have to express that talent. They won't cease to be who they are. So that's kind of a sneak preview about understanding unity from diversity. I'm laughing actually as I speak to you now, thinking about how perhaps I should have had a third half cup of coffee. But those are the analogies, and then I guess in the next few tapes we'll discuss the Kabbalistic method of contemplation, or like I like to call it because it's more accurate, analysis. And those are actually the first few chapters of the book. So I'm kind of debating within myself at this point if I should just go through with you on that, or if maybe we should kind of look inside the text together and take it that way. And I think that's what we'll do. We'll actually go inside the text together. So it'll take a little bit longer because we're not explaining it outside, we're explaining it inside. But you'll get the fuller context, which is very, very important. If you're learning Hebrew, you can also follow along on truekabbalah.com. In addition to the English, there's also the Hebrew, so you can kind of build those skills as we go along. There are a couple other benefits that will come out of doing it that way too. So that's the story. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.